I'm Davy. I'm awesome. And welcome to Davy's Awesome Movies, where I review the styles of movies that I love, the alternative, B-rated, cult-style flicks. And this week, I'm reviewing a movie with the king of the B-movies. This movie was made in 2007, and it was directed, produced, and starring Bruce Campbell, and written by Mark Verheiden, and co-produced by Mike Richardson, and distributed by Image Entertainment, as well as Dark Horse Entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bruce. The movie opens with a couple of guitar players singing a little ballad about a mining town in Gold Lick, Oregon, where back in 1878, a bunch of Chinese immigrants who had come down to work some of the mines sadly got trapped in a mine, and they called out to their god to protect their souls.
Guandi is his name.
Guandi. Guandi is also known as Guan Yu and is an actual Chinese god that some worship to this day. Fair warning though, this movie does not represent him well at all. Then we go to modern day with a couple of punks driving around in a car. The one driving is Jeff, and he is obsessed with Bruce Campbell. So I guess he's not all bad. His friend though is giving him crap because he's not that into Bruce Campbell.
Death of the Dead? Maniac Cop?
Death of the Dead? That was a made-up movie title that Bruce Campbell put in his fictional biography, Make Love the Bruce Campbell Way. Just check it out, it's a good read. Jeff is getting pissed off at his friend Clayton for his Bruce Campbell bashing. Good for you, Jeff.
Kinda like Bubba Hotep.
Everyone liked Bubba Hotep.
I sure did. That's why I reviewed it. After Jeff calms down, him and his friend Clayton go to the gravesite of the miners to go meet with a couple of girls, Little Debbie and Big Debbie, although I like to refer to them as Little Debbie and Full-Size Deborah. Jeff goes off with Little Debbie.
What do you say? Give me some sugar, baby.
What?
Yeah, that only works if you're Ash Williams. Clayton goes off with Full-Size Deborah.
Seen anybody?
No.
The kicking down those headstones thing is probably not a good idea. Jeff finds a talisman. Instead of doing the smart thing and leaving it alone, he does the stupid thing and picks it up. Sure, that'll end well. It doesn't end well, of course. It awakens Guandi, who in Chinese folklore represents loyalty, brotherhood, and righteousness. But in this movie, Guandi is the god of the dead and protector of being curd. Jeff runs, but as far as Little Debbie, meh. Your snack cakes aren't nearly as good as Hostess. Used to be, before you bought them out. As far as Clayton and Full-Size Deborah, worst possible timing. I mean, just saying, you could have at least given him a heads up. That'll do. Then we cut over to Bruce Campbell shooting scenes for Cave Alien 2. Even though in real life we never actually got Cave Alien 1. Why not? But after he's done, Bruce goes to see his agent Mills.
Bruce, I'm sensing a little hostility coming this way.
Played by Ted Raimi, a real-life friend of Bruce Campbell's. He actually plays 3 parts in this movie. He was only supposed to play this part of Mills, but his brothers, Sam Raimi and Ivan Raimi, were supposed to play the other 2 parts, but they couldn't because they were too busy at the time making Spider-Man 3. So Ted filled in for them. Bruce is mad that he's in this crappy movie. He's mad that he's in the crappy movie Cave Alien 2. Not the crappy movie I'm reviewing.
You make lots of crappy movies.
Hey, you watch your mouth! I mean, you're right, but still, you watch it! Later, Bruce goes to his trailer that he lives in, drunk, and he turns on the news. They're doing a story about him. But it's not very flattering. They're calling his career a waste, saying that he wasted his career on a bunch of low-budget trash movies.
You shut your face.
Tell him, Bruce!
You treat me like I'm a has-been.
Why do you have so many unfinished liquor bottles in your trailer?
Not me! Not me!
I think it'd be a good time for you to go sleep it off. But instead of sleeping it off, he calls his ex-wife.
Can't a guy get bombed and call his ex-wife at 3 o'clock in the morning without it meaning something?
Sure. Bruce asks, where did it go wrong? And apparently it was when he slept with the dog sitter.
All of them.
Okay, 12 lousy mistakes. What?
Okay, but I think the real question here is, why did you keep hiring new dog sitters? She, of course, hangs up.
Who was that, baby?
Oh, nobody.
Hollywood. Suddenly, Jeff knocks on Bruce's door to ask for his help with the incident in Gold Lake. You know, Jeff, I love Bruce Campbell too, but I wouldn't expect an actor to be that much help in a situation like this.
Duh!
A group of teenagers unwittingly unleashed Guandi.
Yeah, and by group of teenagers, do you mean you? Of course, Bruce thinks that this is just a pitch for another bad movie that he's not interested in. So he tells Jeff to go away. Which means Jeff has to try another means to get Bruce.
A quarter.
Huh, that's how I got my wife. Then we go back to the singers. Talking about the god of bean curd.
Guan you, Guan me, Guan me.
If it hasn't yet, that song is going to get stuck in your head. When Bruce wakes up,
He's a fan. It finally happened.
Bruce's movies are like cult flicks, so he has that kind of fan base. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is an actual fear of Bruce Campbell's. But at least this one left Twinkies in the trunk. After we see a couple being killed right outside their trailer by Guandi, we go to the morning and see Ted Raimi's second character.
I tell you something, you painted the damn sign.
The sign painter. He has to change the sign to get the new population on there.
I painted beauty sign.
Well, hopefully Guandi never comes after you, because apparently you're very vital to this town. Jeff arrives at Gold Lick with Bruce.
Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
And the townspeople believe that Bruce Campbell can help them. But none of you are even a little bit concerned with the fact that he was in the trunk? I think this is why I avoid Oregon. Bruce Campbell, of course, is not happy. He yells at the entire town for what just happened to him, being kidnapped. He also tells them they need to let him go because he's due on set. They're going to be worried about him.
Action!
They're okay. Jeff tells Bruce, though, his agent said it'd be okay, that he was free as long as they didn't try to book him on his birthday, which makes Bruce think that he knows what's going on now.
This is without a doubt the most outrageous birthday present I've ever gotten, so...
What kind of present would this be? Allowing you to be kidnapped and put in the back of a trunk and taken to backwoods Oregon. He thinks that everybody, though, is an actor, so he plays along.
I sense that the town of Gold Lick is in trouble.
The mayor announces a town meeting so they can properly tell Bruce what's going on. And at the meeting, Bruce meets Kelly Graham.
Graham, well, I'll bet all the boys go cracker over you.
Sounds like something I would say.
That was funny when I was 6.
And sounds like the reaction I would get. Turns out Kelly is Jeff's mom. A young mother. Really young, considering when this movie came out, the actress Grace Thorson was only 25.
Oh, hey, a MILF is a MILF.
That sounds like something my brother would say.
Dude, shut up!
You know you would. While the mayor is telling the story of the Chinese immigrants that got trapped, and the story of Guandi, the third character of Ted Raimi shows up. Wing.
He who would confront Gandhi would also confront death.
Yeah, your career has come a long way since Joxer the Mighty. Wing says that because the graves were disturbed, Guandi will terrorize the town until every blood relative of the one who disturbed his grave is dead.
Okay, blood relatives, raise your hand.
Small town. Jeff invites Bruce to stay with him and his mom.
Well, Jeff, if you insist.
Then we go to the town sheriff at a gas station.
Hey, yo, boss Zach, I've been honking for you. Want some gas?
Oregon is one of the 2 states in the country that does not allow self-service gas stations. New Jersey is the other one. When he goes up to the gas station attendant...
And I was using my wrong head.
He finds out he's a mannequin! See, Oregon? This is why you should let people pump their own gas. Kelly is starting to warm up to Bruce. And because she thinks that he's actually going to save the town, she agrees to dance with him. Not very well, but still. While she's starting to like him, though, they almost have a kiss. Until they're interrupted.
For the love of God, I can smell her chapstick.
But now it's time to go after Guandi. They take him to get some guns. Even ask him which kind he normally uses.
I always use a 911 matchmaker permanent press.
They forget that this is the same guy who called his rifle a boomstick. But Jeff has the perfect weapon for Bruce.
Had it made special.
Every Bruce Campbell's fan's dream. To have Bruce Campbell holding their chainsaw. Did that sound dirty? I don't care. Bruce Campbell thanks Jeff for the wonderful chainsaw. Even tells him how important chainsaws have been to him in his career. But
They're just too damn heavy. So, thanks just the same, kid.
yeah, in real life, chainsaws are not a practical weapon. As he's leaving, Bruce tells Kelly to be ready for when he gets back.
Because when I come back, I'm going to lay claim to the prettiest pair of green eyes I've ever seen.
She tells him to be careful.
And my eyes are brown!
Smooth. With the townspeople behind him, Bruce sets out and they meet Gwandi. And it's now that Bruce Campbell realizes these are not actors. This is not some type of weird movie or play. This is real.
Retreat!
To be fair, that's what you all should have expected. And that. He even tries to hotwire a car, but that doesn't go so well. So like a real man, he steals a little kid's bike.
Give me back my bike, you old prick! And McHale's Navy sucked!
Hey, you take that back. McHale's Navy was Tom Arnold's best movie. Which is not saying a lot, because he didn't make a lot of good movies. Just then he sees an old lady in a car, and gets her to stop and asks for a ride.
I'm sorry, but there's no room.
What you gonna do?
Get out of here!
Not that! But what about her cat inside? You know, Bruce, just when I think you can't possibly sink any lower, you go and pull a stunt like that. And totally redeem yourself! But then...
Oh! I'm so screwed!
Why is it in movies so many people drive around with their gas tank that low? When Bruce stops, he jumps on the back of a truck heading out of town. Because not only is he afraid of Gwandi, but the townspeople are really not all that happy with him. After the sign painter adjusts the numbers of the population again, Ted Raimi goes down to 2 characters. But first... takes pride in his work right till the end. Bruce makes it back to his trailer and is greeted by his agent's real birthday present.
Hi, I'm Casey, the famous singing prostitute.
Now I know what to get my brother for his birthday. I'm not really gonna get you that. Just then, Bruce gets a phone call. And it turns out it's Jeff! Whereas you would think it was for him to chew Bruce out, it's not. It was that Bruce taught him a lesson. That he shouldn't have relied on Bruce Campbell.
Duh!
And that now he's gonna be a man and take out Gwandi himself!
No, kid! Oh, son of a...
Bruce says, you know what? He wants to get himself killed, that's his problem. But then...
Oh, he'll be cut to ribbons. You've got to help the dear boy.
Yes, this movie went there. So what does the little devil have to say?
I got something for you right here, Angel!
Compelling argument.
Get out of here, you freaks!
He offers the singing prostitute $100 to give him a ride to Gold Lick.
I need to kill me a Gwandi.
When Bruce gets to Gold Lick, Kelly is burning all of Jeff's Bruce Campbell fan stuff. Bruce pleads with her, though. Help him to find Jeff, because Jeff is going after Gwandi himself.
Oh my god!
She didn't know he was doing that, so the 2 of them head to the graveyard to find Jeff.
Move the hand!
Okay, my god.
Really, dude? They arrive before Gwandi can kill Jeff, so Bruce says he's gonna go distract Gwandi while Jeff and Kelly figure out a way to kill Gwandi. It's not the worst plan he ever came up with. Kelly gets an idea, so she goes to Wings, who luckily lives in a little shack at the graveyard. So Wing is gonna help?
This.
Huh?
And this. Thank you.
No, she wanted his bean curd. That didn't sound right. Kelly rushes to Bruce.
He's also the protector of bean curd!
What a weird deity. Wing goes back to get his bean curd. Now Ted Raimi's down to one character. Bruce has an idea, but he needs some dynamite.
What kind of freak would have dynamite?
I don't know. What?
Why am I not surprised? So now they've got a plan.
No matter which way this goes, I want you both to know one thing. I'll never forgive you for dragging me out here.
That was beautiful. While Kelly and Jeff set up the dynamite at the mine shaft, Bruce distracts Guandi. But you know, Guandi, if you really want to protect tofu, you should just put it where it belongs. In the trash. Now that Kelly and Jeff are ready...
Just walking along, minding my own business. Oh look, a mine shaft!
Bruce lures Gandhi using a cutaway from the cover of his book, Make Love the Bruce Campbell Way.
Sure.
But there's a problem. Guandi isn't buying it. But I recommend you buy Make Love the Bruce Campbell Way. So because of this, Bruce charges. Bruce! Even though Bruce is still in there, Kelly tells Jeff he has to blow the dynamite.
What would Bruce Campbell do?
Run away?
Probably. But just then... boom goes the dynamite! Bruce is okay. He even puts the medallion back. Everyone is saved.
Next time you unleash an ancient demon, call that Buffy chick.
Christy Swanson? But... one problem. But it's okay. Bruce steps in.
For once, could we please have a happy ending to a horror film?
What'd you have in mind?
Father, Mother, I've just been accepted to Harvard.
No. No. No.
What could be a better ending than that?
That's better. Whatever happened to the singers? They got theirs in the post-credits. So there you have it. That's My Name is Bruce. This movie had a little success. It had a $1.5 million budget, only did $173,000 in the box office. However, that was a very limited theater release. Since being released to DVD, it's made its money back in a small profit, which I will admit is mostly because of the fact that it was so low budget that it didn't need to sell that much to make the profit. However, this movie got very mixed reviews. Basically, all the critics panned it as a Bruce Campbell vanity project that catered exclusively to Bruce Campbell fans. Some critics respected that, some didn't. To the ones that respected that, good for you. It is okay to sometimes make a movie just for a certain audience. For those of you who didn't, since 2007, though, Bruce Campbell fans have been waiting for the sequel that Mike Richardson, the writer of the movie, says is in the works. In fact, since 2021, it has been said that they're going to start filming it soon. Originally, the sequel was going to be titled My Name is Still Bruce, but now the sequel is officially going to be called Bruce vs. Frankenstein, which sounds awesome all in itself, but Bruce Campbell said that he's trying to get this to be like the Expendables of horror movies, in that he doesn't just want himself in this movie, but he's trying to get guys like Kane Hodder, the most famous person to play Jason, and Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, in this movie. I would watch the ever-loving out of that movie! What's funny to me, though, is I have watched several Q&As with Bruce Campbell when he's at comic book conventions and whatnot, and very often it seems that he gets asked how autobiographical this movie was. For those of you who may be wondering, it's not autobiographical at all. In this movie, it's not Bruce Campbell plays himself, it's Bruce Campbell plays a character, Bruce Campbell. He has been divorced before, but he is actually right now happily married. He does not live in a trailer. He does not give liquor to his dog. The only autobiographical thing about that being his home is all the exterior shots of the town of Gold Lick were shot on his personal property up in Oregon. All the interior shots of Gold Lick were filmed in sound studios. He has expressed, though, he won't ever do that again. He did not like the experience of having people film on his property. Turns out it's not as fun as it sounds. Now, ultimately, it is true that this movie does cater exclusively to Bruce Campbell fans. But I don't see what's wrong with that. It's a fun movie. It's a bit ridiculous. They took a deity that they found out about called Guandi, also known as Guan Yu, and turned him into their monster in this movie, and even made him a ridiculous god of being curd. Just kind of poking the fun at the little fact that there are gods out there that really does seem weird what they're the god of. But as far as I know, there is no actual Chinese god of bean curd. And if so, he's failing because bean curd is tofu, and that's disgusting. But in my opinion, this is the kind of movie that if you're just the person who likes cult flicks, you'll enjoy. If you're a Bruce Campbell fan, you'll enjoy it even more. And if you've maybe never seen a Bruce Campbell movie, it's not a bad first one to look at, but I do actually love this movie. It was really funny. And it gave me the idea for another sequel they should make. After they do Bruce versus Frankenstein, my suggestion is they do a movie where Bruce Campbell gets amnesia and has to fight a monster while figuring out who it is. They could use the exact same title as this one, just put a question mark at the end. Call it, My Name is Bruce? So anyway, based on that, I do highly recommend that you guys check out My Name is Bruce. Fun, entertaining movie for all Bruce Campbell fans. But as far as those of you who are not Bruce Campbell fans, so there you have it. That's my movie review this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications when I post new videos, and leave a comment. Tell me what you thought of My Name is Bruce. Tell me your favorite Bruce Campbell movie. Love you guys.